I was listening to Dan Romer's score to Luca when I noticed something. The beginnings of Luca's theme and Ercole's theme are remarkably similar. So why does one theme go so well with the good guy and the other with the bad guy? In this video, we'll look at how music can express so many things about a character without needing to say a word. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan. I've written music for projects on Netflix and Disney, and this is where I talk about the craft of writing music. Despite the opening similarities, there are a lot of differences between Luca's theme, which is friendly and innocent, and Ercole's theme, which is mean and nasty. Let's start with the melody. So like I noticed in the beginning, both themes start on the pitch C, and in both cases, C is the third of the scale. For Luca's theme, it's the major third in A-flat major, and in Ercole's theme, it's the minor third in A minor. If you look at the shape of Luca's opening phrase, you can see that the melody steps down and then suddenly makes this wide leap up of a major seventh. To me, this feels like Luca's hopes and ambitions. He has these hopes and dreams to go soaring up, but he can't quite find the courage to make the full leap and ends up coming back down. Ercole actually does something similar. He also leaps up, but only a fifth, as if his natural talent is not as good. So he has to cheat and sneak his way up a half step to get higher. The second part of Luca's theme continues to be open and friendly with thirds and fourths, while Ercole just has these creepy little half steps. Next, let's talk about the harmony. I mentioned already that Luca's theme is in a major key, and Ercole's theme is in minor. This seems like a pretty solid choice for good versus evil. But what's interesting is how they differently handle dissonance. So when Luca's theme leaps up to the G, it's over an F minor chord. This is the ninth of the chord, and it's called a non-chord tone, a dissonant pitch that doesn't belong in the chord. But while we're still on the F minor, it resolves down comfortably to the F. In classical theory, this would be called properly resolving the dissonance. This figure where you leap up into a non-chord tone and then step back down into the expected one is called an appoggiatura. There is something about the appoggiatura that feels incredibly passionate. It's like an emotional cheat code for composers. Like Luca's theme, Ercole's theme also hits the ninth of the chord, but this time it's the flat nine. Even to modern ears, the flat nine is considered the nastiest, most dissonant interval you can have. Not only that, but when the melody steps down into this neighbor tone, it uses a D sharp instead of the D natural that's in the E7 chord. At least the flat nine between E and F was part of the scale. A flat nine between D and D sharp is just completely wrong for the key and gives it this extra ugliness. And finally, a minor comment about the rhythm. Another one of those things that might seem like a small difference, but I think is an intentionally designed choice. Luca's theme is in a 3/4 meter. 3/4 and other triple bass time signatures that have this kind of floating feel are often associated with water or flying. Think of the main theme from Up, or the music from the water level in Super Mario Bros. I don't think it's a stretch to say that a time signature, often associated with floating, was given to a sea creature on purpose. In contrast to Luca, Ercole's theme is in 4/4. Now 4/4 doesn't really have the same associations that 3/4 does. It is called common time after all. But when compared to the 3/4, it feels much more rigid and stiff. So despite starting in a similar way, these themes manage to pack a lot of intentional differences in a short amount of time. If you enjoyed this video, please check out the one I released last week about harmonic rhythm and the music of Zelda. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.